This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Say hello to our friends jumping on the Bayou 95.7 in New Orleans. Tell them to stay down there in Biloxi, too. 97.9 CPR rockin', and our friends at 98.5 KFOX, the South Bay's classic rock station in beautiful San Jose, California. Welcome to the big show. Bad jokes coming up. The return of Ted versus the FCC, and another round of Profile This. Our question today: who is responsible for setting what on fire? I still believe that Mike is on the line. You haven't missed anything with Mike. He's just getting to the point where something finally catches on fire.
Yes, indeed. Perfect time to join.
All right, man. So anyhow, cruise into the yard, coast up this down the little hill and up into the yard and stuff. The gal does her thing. Everything's great. And I'm looking for a little bit of gas to make it back to the gas station and fill up. And nobody has lawnmower gas, nothing, no gas, right? And so the bright idea comes out that, well, here's a coffee can, and I'll just pull the fuel line off my bike, and you're going to hold the can there, and we're going to drain just enough fuel to make it to the gas station and into this can, and everything's going to be great, right? And so everything starts going down great, filling up the can. I'm kind of swirling it really slow because I only need like a quart. The guy that owns the motorcycle, no bolt, no BS, pulls out a Bic lighter to see how we're doing on gas in the can.
Are you
and
kidding
I go,
me?
hey, and he goes, chink. I go, don't. And he goes, chink. And I go, no. And whoop, I just watched like all the fumes fire off.
Did the guy get injured? Did he catch on fire? Did he lose hair?
Yeah. So I stand up holding this can of gas, and there's a whole row of motorcycles, man, right out in the yard. And it's getting hot really, really quick. And I'm trying to figure out what the F to do with this thing. And I kind of toss it, and it rolls, and it's heading for all these bikes. And so I'm like, oh, no.
You threw the can of flaming gas at the motorcycle?
And I'm moving them out of the way, and I turn back, and I look, and this guy's motorcycle is in about a 10-foot ball of fire. And he's on the porch with his whole pant leg on fire. Yeah, honestly, he rode it away the next day. It only burnt a little wire or whatever. But he got a shot at the hospital. He came back. He was, not feeling any burn pain. But, I rolled about 5 or 6 motorcycles out of the way of the yard and stuff, trying to get things under control. But what do you do with a can of gas on fire in your bare fingers,
I don't know.
That's a fair question.
Yeah, that really
I
is.
do not know.
I've never even thought about it.
Man, oh, man.
Whoa. Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
I like that there was a human being on fire, and that's like something eventually you get to. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, yeah, sure, he was on fire, man.
I mean, that's a tough story. At the last second, you can call entertainment over. They're all driving Harleys.
Yeah, man.
One guy was on fire, got a shot, came back.
We don't have gas. We don't have anything. We're just going to try
Good
to do
times.
this. Yeah.
Good times. Hello, Jen. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
It's great meeting you guys at Red Fest.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Send the dog walk for Jen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. You sound like you're in a tin can right now for your phone or something.
Well, I have you attached to my headphones.
Yeah, it
so
sounds
I
like
can walk the dog.
Sounds like garbage.
It sounds awful.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
So my story starts where I was maybe 11.
Hey,
maybe 13.
Jen, you gotta
Yeah?
call. You gotta call back. You can't
Okay, let me hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Better?
No.
Hold on. Talk again.
Is this
that
for,
better?
No.
All right, that's better. Talk.
Better?
Is it better?
Yeah. Okay, so I was 13, maybe, probably 11, and I've always been a pyro. Unfortunately, working with dogs, I can't really enjoy the 4th of July anymore. They don't like the explosions. So I was playing with a lighter and some dryer sheets, and I thought it'd be a great idea to light a dryer sheet on fire.
Uh-huh.
And I found out this is entirely extremely extremely flammable, and it went up in like 2 seconds, and I freaked out, and I dropped it on my living room floor, and then it caught the floor on fire, and I had to stomp it out real fast, and hoping my parents never noticed that I caught the living room carpet on fire.
Okay.
That's a good thing, because as a parent, if I came home and I could tell that the carpet had been on fire, whatever the reason, there's going to be hell to pay. Why did her phone sound like such crap?
I don't know.
Even when she switched.
Yeah, that was odd. Sometimes you ever just make a phone call on your phone and just kind of, I don't know. I did it this morning talking to my mom. It kept echoing. I was just like, look, I got to hang up. I'll call you back.
I'll call you right back. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, her phone sounded terrible.
Okay, yeah.
Remember like the Power Wheels?
Power wheels.
Power
Yeah.
Wheels.
The thing you actually sit in. All right.
Right. So the neighbor, their kid was a tinier kid. So I'm probably like 10 or 11. Right. So we get to stay home by ourselves. So we go over and play with their kid. So he had a little fire truck that had like a hose kind of gun on it. Like you filled up the back and then you could use it. So we had a bunch of caps from cap guns, and we figured out that if we hit him with a hammer quick enough, we could get a flame out of it. So that purposely he could shoot his little water gun on it. So then we would sit out there and purposely like start fires so we could put him out
with a squirt gun.
Yeah, on a child's vehicle.
Was this the neighbor that was a fireman?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm listening to that. I'm like, if you have like a working fire truck, that's got to be the guy, right?
Can you imagine that guy comes home and lit something on fire?
Who was responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, David. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right. This story starts when I was probably about 8 years old. It was the very first time my dad let me use the grill.
Okay.
And so he hands me a big stack of burgers, and I'm super excited because I get to feel all important and helpful. And he tells me to go heat up the grill, so I run outside, and I'm an idiot, so I turn all of the burners on max, and I didn't open the lid. So I'm sitting there just clicking the starter over and over and over, and nothing's happening at all. And so my sister, who's a lot smarter than me, she comes over, and she bends down to look at the actual instructions that are printed, you know, where the next to the knobs and stuff. And she discovers that you're only supposed to have one burner lit at a time to get the grill started. So she turns 3 of them off, and I'm still sitting there with the starter trying to click it and trying to get it going, and it's not working. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe something's wrong with the grill. So I open up the lid, which lets just enough air to mix with all of that gas that's been building up for like the last 2 minutes. And it sets off a fireball that blows the lid of the grill off.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
And of course, my sister, she was bending over to read the instructions, so her face was right in front of the grill, and it burned off the front half of her hair.
Oh, how old was your sister?
She was probably 9 or 10, so just a little bit older than me.
How much did she hate you at that moment?
Oh, she hated me for probably the rest of her life. It was great.
Does she still hate you to this day?
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. The pyro of the family.
Did she ever call you over? Do you ever hang out for holidays, anything like that?
Oh, yeah. We were at her house yesterday. She's got kids over in Monroe, and their fireworks are fantastic.
Okay, so you're still blowing stuff up, catching stuff on fire then?
Oh, absolutely. It's been great.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if...
Does your sister still hate you?
and
it's great.
Great.
Okay, like
you guys still hang out? Yeah, and it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He's easy going, too.
He is easy going, but
she hates me. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm missing something. I feel like in my neighborhood, fireworks are they do them like leftovers. So in other words, like they got a 25-pound turkey, and they're going to keep eating turkey now for the next 4 days.
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of like I think what happened fireworks-wise in my neighborhood.
Like the day after 4th of July?
And the day after that.
Maybe like 1:44 a.m. You heard a whole Roman candle.
But it's a full week.
And then the next after that, and the next day after that. I'm like, you know what? It's still really dry.
It is,
it hasn't
but
really rained.
It doesn't matter.
And like, why did you blow these all up in the one night? Like, you get the one shot.
You
know what
cannot be surprised. It says every year, and July 4th technically becomes a week because it starts July 1st. Your neighbors start lighting them off, right? Yeah. July 4th, they go for it, and whatever's left over generally goes for about the 7th. It's just how it is, man.
You know what? I would rather you have a full birthday week. How's that?
No.
I agree with both.
Then a full 4th of July
just
week.
do it, but I'm also with Miles. It annoys the crap out of me.
I would rather have a full...
It's annoying, but I'd rather do your fireworks for the week than listen to someone go on about their birthday for a week.
No, what I'm saying is I'd rather do 2 birthday activities even with you in 1 week than to hear all that crap.
What are these birthday activities?
Oh, maybe we'll go to dinner one night. Maybe the next time we'll go out and get drunk, or you have a party.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm with Miles. And look, I'm going to be serious for a second. Like, I grew up with a Vietnam veteran father who had PTSD. Like, fireworks outside the 4th were not a good thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Think about if you have an animal. Like, you can contain them in 1 minute. Like, a lot of people give a dog, like, a drug that you normally wouldn't give a dog. Like, here, have something to knock you the hell out.
Xanax.
But you can't do that for a week. So, like, you can't just have a drugged-up dog pooping all over your house because they got a laxative in it or whatever they got in them. Like,
Here's what I would tell you.
Muscle relaxer or whatever it is that's making them
If
crap
I'm
everywhere.
you, I would find a way to deal with it because my money says it's more likely you'll find a way to compensate than it's likely that people will stop doing it every year.
I know.
As a guarantee.
I just, got a bunch
Plus,
of
you always have weird animals, right? My dog did not care. My dog cared so little, like a possum hissed at me. He didn't care. Fireworks went off.
You know what, man? I've got a great, great positive story for you. Chewy,
Do you
right?
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Chewy, she absolutely has to the point where she shakes. You know what I mean? Like, she really has a hard time. So, and even with thunderstorms and loud stuff and all that crap, anytime anything comes, so the 4th of July is a traditional, just a very difficult time for her. But this year,
if she were a person, she'd be a nutcase.
But this year, she lost.
What a crazy girl do.
She lost her hearing. So bonus, man, like she doesn't even,
the positive stuff.
Oh, yeah.
When did she go deaf?
Oh, she went deaf at some point in time, like in the past, month.
Really?
Fantastic news. So over the 4th of July.
What is wrong with that dog? Why don't you ever just get a pet that's normal? Why can't you just get
now
a
she
normal?
can't hear, and she had a great 4th of July.
Did she?
Yeah, she really did. She really enjoyed it. But she just won't come when you call her. So, you got to kind of weigh the
yin and the yang, man.
Right. Who was responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999. Ola, more your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Bad jokes coming up. Email the bad jokes in the men's room at mensroomlive.com. We will get those bad jokes to you right before we drink and toast with the shot of the day. Here's a bad situation as we go to Dayton, Ohio. Fireworks triggered a car explosion on the 4th of July evening that critically injured a man. He was pulled from a burning car and caused minor injuries to several people outside who were trying to help the man. Kashawn Rivers, who was severely burned when fireworks inside his car exploded, remains in critical condition. During the investigation, detectives found a van containing fireworks in the area of the vehicle explosion, determined that they were legal. Detectives said the unidentified person who the fireworks belonged to, that it's illegal to set them off in Ohio. They believe this could be the person who potentially sold said fireworks to this gentleman. Thomas Maddox, one of several people who pulled a man from a burning car, was grilling when fireworks inside the vehicle exploded. I saw a young man in a car. I saw a life in that car, and I hope that life get out of that car because that car was catching on fire. I pray he's okay. I pray that everyone who was injured was okay. The explosion, according to bystanders, sounded more like a bomb going off. The skylight on the vehicle exploded and flew off into the air during the explosion, striking another car, which set off the airbags inside that car and also his own car, knocking off the rearview mirror.
Damn.
This is all happening with two cars, one and another. Maddox did not know the victim, but other people at the party were friends with him. People near the vehicle explosion said basically the man was trying to throw a firework out the window that he just lit. It bounced back in and ignited the rest of the fireworks, causing the large blast. There was some damage to structures. There was a power line to a house that was taken down. This was a huge explosion. Our question, who was responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
It doesn't sound like the firework I'd want to light in my car. Hello, Brian. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, fellas?
Hola!
Yeah, so I used to live on a sailboat with my girlfriend and our cat. And we didn't use the bathroom on the sailboat because, you had to pump it out and everything. And we were in the marina, so we used to go up to the little boathouse area every night and take a shower because we had to wake up like 4:30 in the morning. So our routine was, shower at night or whatever. Well, it was like a Friday night, so we were really tired and we didn't have to wake up for work the next day. So we just went up there, went to the bathroom, brushed our teeth. We're walking back to the boat, and I smelled something. It smells like sweet, like, almost like a s'more.
Okay.
I don't think anything of it. Go to open up the hatch to the boat, and there's flames smoke everywhere. So
And this is your boat that's on fire.
Yeah, it's like my home. I live on it, right?
Okay.
So I open up the door, and there's just, like, flames everywhere. And so I, completely overreact, freak out, grab a fire extinguisher that's right by the door, just start, letting, like, a fire hose in there. Well, because I guess it kind of was a fire hose. And what had happened was we had lit a candle, before we went up to brush our teeth and whatnot. And while we were gone, the cat knocked over the candle onto a towel. And that smell that I was smelling when we came back was because it was a s'more-scented candle. So it was
They should brag about that.
Yeah.
Even in the event of a fire, our candle.
What smells sweet when it burns? And I couldn't think, maple.
A couple of one, you do realize the cat knocked it over on purpose. Like cats.
Yeah, he looked guilty as hell. He was like, "Oh man, I got caught."
How much damage was done to the boat? The boat was all right?
Oh yeah, it was fine. Like I said, I completely overreacted. It was just a towel that was on fire. I could have probably, stomped it out.
No, I think you reacted the right way, man. Yeah. Like I open the door to my home, there's something on fire. I'm probably going to freak out. Hey,
how often do you get a chance to use a fire extinguisher?
Well, thankfully, only once. Mm-hmm. How many times did you just pee off the boat? Because you said you didn't want to use the bathroom in the boat, and I get it. But if you just had to pee, I'm saying there's no way you walked all the way to the boathouse, right?
On the daily, yeah.
Oh, so you peed off the boat on the daily. All right.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Isn't that part of being on a boat?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Unless you got to go in number 2.
But, okay, so the water bug people that if I'm at a beach, I'll walk into the ocean and pee. Like, if the guy on the boat over there is peeing, like, what difference does it make?
I'm with you.
All right,
but I'm an ocean peer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely an ocean peer. Like, I will leave the beach just to go pee because the bathroom's always farther away.
Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Charlie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing great, Charlie. Thank you.
All righty. I'll paint a picture for you. Late 70s. 18 or 19, I got this big blonde afro. I'm at a rock and roll festival in Orlando, Florida, standing there with my girl, my brother and his girl. And I got this big blonde afro going, and we're rocking out to some Oreo Speedwagon.
All right.
And something hits me in the back of the head. So I'm looking around. I'm already wasted. I'm trying to figure out what the heck it was, maybe a Frisbee or something. A couple minutes go by, and my brother starts wailing on my head, just beating it out of me,
Right. Yeah.
And I'm going, what's going on? What's going on? And he hits me one last time, and then this brass pipe falls on the ground out of my head. And one of those sectional brass pipes that were so popular back then.
Yeah. Oh, for like smoking weed.
Yeah. Somebody threw the entire pipe?
Yeah, the entire pipe. I picked it up, and it was still smoldering. It was packed full of ash.
Man, Oreo Speedwagon must have been killing it.
We're getting tickets, man.
Right, like I'm high. I'm so high. They're so good.
My entire pipe.
We're going to ride the storm out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what bugs me about that story,
man. I can't take that feeling anymore. I can't fight it.
I thought he was just going to say, like, the end of a joint or something.
Right. Not the whole pipe, man.
Who knew? Wow.
That's got to be like an angry, like, spouse or something, right?
It's probably like going to an insane clown posse show.
Late 70s, Oreo Speedwagon.
Orlando, Florida.
Everyone's high.
I just have a hard time seeing any stoner through their whole pipe.
That's what I mean.
Kevin Cronin coming out with an afro. People in the stands with an afro. What a crazy time.
I was thinking that when he said Oreo Speedwagon. Yeah. If you know nothing about Oreo Speedwagon, just knows a bunch of white dudes with fros.
Oh, it's amazing. There was so many fros back then, the white people.
It was frotastic.
Yeah, man. Even Boston, Tom Schultz.
Everybody.
ELO, Jeff Lynne had one. It was amazing. It was amazing white afro time. Gabe Kaplan, Jewish fros.
Were people getting perms?
They were doing all kinds of stuff. Basically, everyone looked like a microphone.
I think people that just had naturally curly hair would just go big. Like the afro was for everyone in the 70s, man.
It looked like Colin Kaepernick, but, he's got a bigger one.
Right.
He's also
black. He's black.
Right. He can so I'm just trying to picture these white guys with the afros.
Yeah, they're trying.
Well, were they perming them out?
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Just look up, like, bands from the 70s. It's either, like, straight, long-ass hair or fros, man. It was frotastic.
Check out Kansas. Who was responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Riley. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going, guys?
Hola.
Hola. So, my story about setting something on fire. So I'm 10 years old. me and my friend Avery, we wanted to take one of my dad's beers. So we took one of my dad's beers, started drinking it, and got the idea that we should get some bouncy balls to throw at the neighbors' cars. So we grabbed some bouncy balls, and we're throwing it at the cars. We grabbed the bouncy balls, and we end up throwing them in the fireplace. And they're bubbling and boiling in the fireplace. And we're 10 years old, just had a beer, kind of feeling it, you know. And we fling them back, and my mom's curtains are hanging there. And she just got this new rug, it's probably a $1,000 rug. And we grab them all out with the little poker thing, swing them back, and sets the carpet on fire, sets the whole curtain on fire. And we sat there for about 30 minutes trying to figure out how we were going to cover up the scene.
Now, I will say this. If you told me the decision-making of a drunk 10-year-old, this is roughly what I think would happen. So I'll give you that. It was age appropriate. What is, when your mom discovers all of this, because her new $1,000 rug's been burned up, her curtains have been burned up, and it's because her drunk 10-year-old threw a flaming bouncy ball at the curtains, what is her response?
She was pretty pissed off. She came home, and I got a beating by my dad later that night. So
that's always fun.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Nothing like a good beating.
Yeah, wait till your dad gets home. That's when you know that. God damn, man.
There's always like 2 or 3 beatings. It's like, hey, you guys done yet? You know, like everybody got a beat on you. Like, oh, really? Did something wrong? I'm gonna get in there and get my hand in that, right? Yeah.
Well, it used to be like your teachers could do it at school, right?
I mean. Then the principal would do it. You get down the hallway, then the principal would do it.
And then they would call your parents to let them know that you screwed up, then the parents would whip your ass.
Or if it was you and your friend,
if you're
and your friend went, and his friend's parents got there first before you, he'd beat both of your asses.
And then send you home.
And then your parents
got your ass beat again. Yeah. And this was a deal, and this is the honest to God truth.
Oh, really?
So we were bad kids, and we knew that. But the agreement I started making was like, hey, man, we need to play equidistant for both houses. Because the problem is, we play around your house a bunch, right? We get busted, and then I get my ass beat by your parents, and then I go home. You get one ass beating, I get 2 for the same crime, man. Yeah, it's not right.
It's not cool.
It's not right.
Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Vincent. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, guys. So my story's from high school. I went to my buddy's house. They're a bunch of stoners, and so I walk in, and everyone's sitting on the couch smoking and stuff, and I look directly across. I could see into the kitchen, and their microwave was billowing smoke, and there's just this flaming ball inside the microwave still spinning, and I'm like, your microwave's on fire. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, your microwave's burning. They look, and they run over there, and they open it, and they get this thing out, and it was a baked potato they put in there for like an hour. They put the and they didn't even get to eat it.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Yeah, I guess
it was
not,
on fire
man.
in the microwave for an hour.
Yeah, that's
microwave probably about 10 minutes for a baked potato. I would guess probably somewhere in that realm. It wouldn't be very good. It'd be terrible. But.
Yeah, but even if you did 10 minutes, you probably have to do it at half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a baked potato in the microwave is one of those things you do like 5 minutes at a time and keep poking that.
You could do 5 minutes and finish it in the oven.
Right, not like set it for an hour.
Like a half hour in the oven.
Set it and forget it.
You're trying to move real quick, maybe put that sweet potato in the microwave for a while, then throw it in a toaster oven.
Yeah, either way.
Have you gotten a toaster oven yet, man?
Oh, I have a toaster oven.
Not you, Miles.
Oh, yeah.
You do have the toaster oven.
Live and die by it.
Okay, yeah.
My best friend. Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
That's actually a very sad statement.
I had
the toaster oven is your best friend.
Hey, look, man, last night I didn't have anything, and I'm looking around, I'm like, what am I going to eat? And I had a everything bagel and cream cheese.
Oh, say no more.
So good.
So good. Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
This is like 7th or 8th grade. Me and my buddy, we were into skateboarding, and we always used to use like the little tea candles to put on the base of our board and everything to kind of make it slick when you're grinding.
Okay.
And we ran out of candles, and so his sister had a box of crayons, and so we figured that we could like melt the crayons down into a block of wax and use that. And so we put all the crayons into a pot, and we started melting it, and all of a sudden the pot caught on fire, and he goes and throws like a tablecloth over it to kind of put it out, and that catches on fire. So then I panic and throw a glass of water at it. And I've never like had a grease fire, but I think it's pretty similar to that, where it just
it's all what just floats to the top, right?
Yeah, And so wax went everywhere, and it went on the ceiling, underneath the cabinets, and on us, and we had to clean it all up before his mom got home. But
how do you clean up that? That's like
did his mom notice?
It's like dried wax. Once it dries again, there's not much you can do about it, right?
No, we were scraping, and when you mix the whole box of crayons together, like it turns into like a brown wax.
I was going to say, what did it look like? Didn't they have Dr. Zoggs back then, man?
I don't know. I mean, it was all over his white. It's like white ceilings in the kitchen and everything. So it was everywhere.
But how glad were you that it was at his house and not yours?
Oh, I was really glad.
Yeah.
I don't know if his mom ever found out, but we never did that again. But I think we got it all taken care of. I don't think she ever found out at the end of it.
Well, if she did, you're still fine. That's the beauty of not living there.
Who is responsible for setting one on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I was 16 or 17, and my buddy and he was staying with me. My family, we were living in a room off my garage. And we came home from somewhere, I remember, drunk, 16 and 17. And I said, dude, there's a rat in a 5-gallon bucket. He said, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to burn it. So I dumped paint thinner, gasoline, and whatever my dad had in the garage in there. Took me about 2 minutes to find matches. So I'm drunk and forget about the fumes. I light that match, put my arm all the way down in that 5-gallon bucket and touch the rat. I had no arm hair, no eyebrows, no eyelashes.
Oof.
Good God, man.
How did the rat end up?
Oh, he's dead too.
Okay, all right.
So let me get this straight. There's a rat in a 5-gallon bucket.
Yep.
Did it get in there by accident, or did you know in advance that it was in there?
No, we came home from somewhere and we were drunk and looked in there and I saw the rat. I said, hey, let's burn it.
That's the first thought, huh? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I knew a guy like that once.
Yeah.
People go through things. Maybe they have a thought.
A mouse on a trap, let's light it on fire.
Mouse was dead.
That would not have been my. That would have not been my thought.
Was it? I thought it was still alive. It was a glue trap,
dead,
right?
No. Oh, he's still alive.
Who's that? The
that
mouse.
Oh,
I thought Ted wanted to
It's
burn.
obviously me. Okay.
Yes.
That was my thought. I said, let's light it on fire.
Dude, that was man. That was that. You know what? I kind of in a weird way.
I know why you feel bad.
I feel bad because you're so close to that. Okay, so here's what goes down. I'm waking up every morning in my apartment in Baltimore, and I'm discovering the little raisins on top of my kitchen counters.
Chocolate covered.
It's little chocolate covered raisins. Little raisinets, because I know, because I've cleaned the kitchen countertop. It's not very big. It's a little tiny apartment, so it's a little tiny counter. I got this every morning, more raisins. Turns out I have mice. Okay. I set a couple of traps. Nothing. I use real cheese. Nothing.
What kind of cheese did you use?
Well, do you remember when I was feeding the rats in the alley that
Yes.
night with all those delicious cheeses?
Yeah, it was like-
no artisan cheese.
Right, okay.
So this is like crap, just crap cheese that I had. Wasn't working. So I can't remember who it was, man. Somebody at work. I said, man, I just can't. I can't bait them. They're there. The cheese is still there, but they're not eating it. They're like, try Cheetos. Works every time. And I'm like, Cheetos, huh? And they're like, and if not, take a little of the dust from macaroni and cheese. If you have basically the cheese powder. All right, that's the key to catching mice. All right, the cheese fake powder. Yeah, right. That's what the American mice are addicted to now. So I put this Cheeto on a glue trap. And this mouse, man, he comes and he gets stuck. And he's like an inch away from the Cheeto. And his mouth's open, and his hands are out, and he's so close, but he's stuck in this trap. He's like, and I felt bad for him.
He just can't get the Cheeto.
He was so close to the Cheeto. It was like, a millimeter away from the Cheeto. Like, he just kept stretching, and he was still stuck on there. He was never getting up. Like, there was no way I could pull that. That was a sticky glue trap.
Yeah, that's why they make them that way.
So even if I threw him out.
He was suffering.
He
wanted a Cheeto.
I just put him in the dumpster. On the glue trap? I mean, I didn't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I figured, if you get out of this, man.
Well, at least you didn't light him on fire.
No, nothing like that.
Did you at least give him some Cheeto before you threw him in the dumpster? Be like, hey, bro, instead of laying in a dark dumpster still smelling this Cheeto that you're so close to.
I don't think so. I don't think you got to lie.
You have a little Cheeto dust on his whiskers?
God,
just a little send-off.
Man, this guy, Eric, he had this really, really nice welcoming home party. He used to work on their show. He was our producer. So Eric is he's having a welcome home party. He's got a brand new home. He just gets married, all this stuff. He's got this huge
It's not a welcome home party.
Well, it's a housewarming party.
Yeah.
Housewarming party.
They already live there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Housewarming party. So he's got this huge spread of really great cheese.
Because he's that guy, though.
He also lives in downtown Baltimore in a row home with an alley in the back. So
let this be a lesson. Be as highfalutin as you want. You got rats.
So it starts getting dark, man, and I go back with a big handful of cheese, man, and I look around and the light comes on in the alley and all I see are eyes. So now I'm like, I'm feeding cheese, man, to all these, and some of these rats are massive.
They're all massive.
You've never seen anything like it. Looks like a dog, man. I mean, like it looks like you could ride a rat. You know what I mean? Like if you need a quick ride, you could take one of these rats. Gotta get so pissed off at us feeding those freaking rats.
You know what that cheese is?
Yeah, it's delicious. No wonder they love
now they're in my yard. Like, exactly. Yeah, they think you feed them cheese here, man.
This
my
is the
bad.
greatest spot ever.
Yeah.
Welcome.
All
home.
the rats in the alley are now in your yard.
Welcome home.
Because they can get cheese here.
Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bichola. You have entered the men's room.
Oh, yeah, you know this if you're an NBA fan, but LeBron James has moved on again, and he signed with the L.A. Lakers. There's a video of a angry Cleveland Cavaliers fan using gasoline to burn his old LeBron jersey. I also saw where they have a big mural in Cleveland of LeBron with his arms spread out on a building, and they were taking that down. But this guy decides to burn his old LeBron jersey. I'm sure this is the second time he's done this.
As I say, for the record, the mural I get. Because he doesn't play there anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like...
The jersey's still the jersey, man. You still want a championship with him.
I was going to say, he brought the chip home.
To your town where he's from.
I'm right there with you.
And again,
I don't disagree.
I get the feeling you're right. This is the second time he's burned his LeBron jersey.
I don't think anyone burned their Franco Harris jersey when the Steelers traded him to the Seahawks.
Right. I mean, like, come on, man.
He's still a Steeler.
It's all good.
Jerry Rice, I'm burning that 49er jersey. Jerry's a Seahawk now.
Yeah.
He's a Cardinal or whatever.
Right.
Emmitt Smith Cardinal. I'm burning him a Cowboy Emmitt Smith jersey because he plays for Arizona. That's logic.
He won us 3 championships, but still.
I will say, Sports Logic also is just terrible in the way of, like, I won't name certain players, but you're like, that is a bad person. And then it's like, well, what if you got traded to your team? Like,
I love him.
Hey, you know what?
How many goals he can put in?
I'd overlook it.
Hey, burn an Aaron Hernandez jersey. How about that?
Right.
Do something to make sense. You know what I mean? Oh, well. Anyway, so he burns his LeBron jersey, but in the process, he accidentally set his own hand on fire, so that did not work out. And there's video of it, and it makes it worse. Our question, who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Ashley. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola.
Okay, so I lit something on fire.
Okay.
I was about 10 years old, and I was one of those kids that walked up to the altar before church to light the candles before sermon started.
Oh, you're an altar girl.
Yes. Well,
Altar server.
Altar person.
I think it's altar girl.
I mean, I was an altar boy, but then when it changed, I thought we were altar servers.
Yeah, but when you did it, you were an altar
that's
boy.
what-
When I did it, I was an
you're
altar
so
boy.
right.
See, I was an altar boy.
I like altar girl. It sounds like a superhero.
I like altar thing.
Altar thing. I will go with altar thing. So I stuck my wick out way too far, and it burnt up really fast and landed on the altar, and everything went up in flames.
You lit the altar on fire?
Yeah, those linens are really flammable.
That is a great rock and roll moment right there.
Yeah, my parents didn't think so.
How much damage did you do?
I did quite a bit. I'm 31 now, and actually just took my son there for church. And after the sermon, and everyone is eating the cookies and drinking the coffee, I went up there to look at the damage, and the damage is still there underneath the new linens.
Sweet.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, it's like carving your name in a tree.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
And my grandfather has an everlasting candle on top of the altar, so it's kind of like I'm always there with him.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, one pyro to another. You know, maybe the church should consider that if you're going to have 10-year-old kids have open flames to light things, like, that's going to happen more often than not.
But the funnest thing was just putting them out.
Oh,
That's
well,
what that
because you
weird
could pull the
tamper
little
thing.
thing
Little
back.
snuffer thing?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, the thing you pull in and out's the wick.
Yeah.
But then the other side is just that
But you could
snuffer.
also, like, you could pull the wick back in and put the flame out.
Well, she should have. But I'm saying
But she did.
But I'm just saying, using the snuffer, like when I was an altar boy, that was like a massive deal. Like, who got to use it after Mass?
How old were you when you first started lighting stuff on fire at the church?
What's a fourth grader?
10, 11?
It's like 10, 11.
Okay, all right.
9?
9?
Wow.
Wow.
Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
We might
you
be
have,
slow,
like, a
Ted.
fourth- No.
No. Hold on, I got a second grader. So, hold on. No, she's going to second grade. Yeah, 9.5 to 10. Somewhere around there. Hello, Chris. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Doing great, man. Thank you.
All right. So this happened back in 2006, 2007, back when I was in the Navy. My submarine was in shipyard getting torn apart at the seams. And one of the contractors was doing some welding work in one of the lowest parts of the submarine, right near the deck plates and such. And he didn't set his area up properly and wound up lighting the entire bilge on fire.
Village?
Bilge.
Oh, bilge. Okay. Gee, yeah, I know the bilge. I thought you said village.
Did he make it out of there?
Oh, he made it out of there, but it sent the whole shipyard into a panic, thinking that a $6 billion submarine was going to burn to the ground.
Isn't it ironic that if you were in a submarine underwater and it did catch on fire, isn't there something that just says, like, I wonder if there was anything that could possibly put this fire out?
It's just one of the more ironic ways.
It really is. Like, I mean, it sucks.
You die in a submarine by burning. That is total irony.
Yeah, fire on a boat's like the most dangerous thing. Which is terrible. You're surrounded by water.
I know. It's just like nature mocking you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're in a submarine.
If
but
only you had some water
to
to put this out.
Damn.
Who is responsible for setting what on fire? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches.
Boo.
Yeah, so 2016, 2 days before the 4th of July, me and my wife were living at my mother-in-law's house in the process of buying a house and all that good stuff. No one was home, thankfully, but then we get a phone call that her house was on fire. The neighbors' kitty corner to the backyard were in their backyard lighting off mortars, and one tipped over and hit my mother-in-law's house and set it ablaze.
How much damage did it do?
They pretty much totaled the whole house. The fire went through the attic, and then it went down the side of the house and, like, underneath the house.
Were you there when this happened?
No, only I was working the Tacoma Rainiers baseball game, and then my wife and mother-in-law and kids and all that had went to dinner. And one of the kids that my daughter goes to school with texted her while they were at dinner and said, "Hey, your house is on fire."
Well,
man, I assume
if you've
by
been
by the time everyone got there, it was already a 5-alarm fire, and they had 5 big fire trucks, all that. The fire chief out there.
Man, where I grew up, it was a volunteer fire department.
Right.
So by the time that the bell sounded, they got in their personal cars,
and your
drove
house
to the
burned
volunteer
down.
fire department, then got in the truck and got to your house. Basically, they were just there to look important and put the ashes out.
Yeah.
We just want to use these hoses in our equipment. There was nothing left. Right. I mean, like, they volunteered to put out a smoldering heap of just charcoal, basically.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.